You know how it easy it is to get back into the US. Well, what was the USSR in the first place? One country, one leader, one everything, one industry, one bank, and so forth. If you want to get back into the USSR, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, so to speak, in Russia, because you just have to use the previous experience. Um, the USSR, the government, Soviet government, was excellent at controlling people, 100% effective. For over 70 years, it had complete control over its citizens and it exercised it. Do you know how many banks there were in the USSR? Great competition, great variety. One. But how do you really control people? How do you control society? How do you control country? It's fairly easy. You have to do a few things. You should control borders. You shouldn't leave anyone out. You should control media, TV, screens and newspapers. You should control legislation. So you can make up any laws you want. You should control police, army, and KGB. And you should control financial sector. The way how money is distributed throughout your country. And that's it. You have control over those things. You have complete control over your country. You know what drives financial industry? You know what drives banks? Competition. In the last 20 years, competition in Russia was fierce among banks. In 2000, in the year 2000, there were over 1,300 banks in Russia. And in the year 2022, well, late 2021, only 335 remained. The competition was absolutely fierce. And that led to Russian banking system becoming one of the best in the world. I know I have been using it since 2003, for almost 20 years. And let me tell you, really cutting edge. I even did a video a couple years ago saying of it's so advanced that's actually is a risk, it's a danger. But let me tell you how I have on a bank account. I had a bank account in one of top Russia's banks, private banks. That bank was customer oriented, unbelievably providing great service. I had everything I needed to do in my mobile phone. The mobile application on iPhone was absolutely tremendous. If I needed to make transfer, 30 seconds, my wife would call me up and say, hey, I need money, so much money for this. 30 seconds later, 3 clicks, boom, money in her account. If I ever needed to speak to a manager, I could use telephone line. I could text them requesting the call back. I could use a call over internet, let's say WhatsApp, or their own internal app. And they were usually within 30 seconds at reach. I don't remember any problem with my bank in Russia in years. Of course, there were problems, but they were taken care of just like that. The competition, the banks shone. I think it's safe to say that Russian financial sector was one of the most advanced in the world. Unlike other things that it stood out. Then came 2022, February to be exact, and everything completely changed. Howdy, everyone. My name is Konstantin. Welcome to Inside Russia, where I give you updates, news, developments on what's going on in Russia, my takes, my angles, my views. usual Russia described by the unusual Russian. That's me. What I'm going to be talking about today, I find very, very important. There were some news recently about Russian banks. Obviously, I'm talking about the banks today. And the news concerned me because my bank has been affected. But it's not really a big deal. The news really concerns banking sector. And this morning, I was talking to my wife, and I clearly saw where this whole banking mess is going to. Believe it or not, before I didn't. An insight moment. So let's start with me telling you I already told you that Russia had fierce competition. Russia, one of those things that Russians were very advanced was banking. Russian banking system was one of the best, and it was integrated into the international financial system, international banking system. Not only we Russians could receive first-class services inside Russia, if we traveled outside, our banks would cover everything. Okay, they had corresponding banks in other countries. We could use our cards, we could use our mobile applications, we could use NFC services and so forth. It's just fantastic, you know. They were large banks, medium, and smaller. They were private banks and government owned. And they were actually, all of them were, excellent. Even though government owned, believe it or not, it's called Sberbank, Russia's oldest bank. It was founded in 1812, I believe. So all in all, things were going well. And the government didn't exercise that much control over private banks. Some of the banks were foreign. For example, Raiffeisen Bank, Austrian, Citibank, American, Société Rosbank, French, owned by Société Générale Group, Home Credit Bank, owned by the Turkish. So you can't really control the foreign banks. They were Russian banks, but owned by the foreigners, parts of international groups. You can't just go into a bank like that and seize all its assets, steal money from it, or, basically Russian government had very little control. Of course, central bank exercises control over entire industry, but that's different, You cannot go and steal, you cannot go mishandle the foreign bank. So I guess the Russian government didn't like that. Then 2022 came, February 24th. I don't know about other Russians, but I immediately knew the risks, the dangers, and basically it was possible to forecast what was going to happen. One of the things I had in my mind, a picture, is Russia getting isolated by different ways, including financial isolation. And it happened so quickly. End of February, the invasion, the war started. Early March, isolation began. And it started with financial sector. Foreign banks, foreign financial institutions, foreign companies, they started saying that they don't want to deal with Russian banks anymore. How do you do that? Well, first of all, you don't allow Russian banks to operate outside Russia. There are certain tools for that. Then you cut off Russian banks of this system of international transactions called SWIFT, SWIFT. And then third step is whoever does business keeps on doing business with Russian banks, in different ways. You sanction those banks. That's it. Done deal. So step number one, March. Step number 2, summer. Step number 3, September, August. And this all has resulted to Russian banks getting financially isolated. Step by step, stepping stones, more and more banks, more isolations and so forth. It has led to, right now, basically Russian financial sector is an island, and it's not doing well. It really took a hit in the second quarter. The loss of Russian banks, combined loss, was over 1 trillion rubles. Number unheard of, because banks always make money. They never lose money. But not in 2022, and they recovered a little bit. In quarter 3, they showed 400 billion ruble loss over huge profits the year before. And then until 2022, Russian commercial banks, private banks, they need 700 billion rubles of help from the Central Bank of Russia to add additional capital. We call it to increase capitalization. If they don't do that, they're going to go after. So one of the most precious things that you must safeguard when you are in crisis is your financial system. You cannot let banks go under, because, they're going to bring everything down with it. All the industries, all small business, large business, people's savings, everything is going to be wiped out. So the Russian government's been doing pretty good in keeping the banks afloat. The ones that were not doing well, it bought out, and the ones that needed capitalization, additional capital, that granted additional capital, and I think it'll keep on doing that. But what are the reasons that influence Russian banks in negative way? Why Russian banks are not doing well? Isolation is just one thing. Western companies left, and they took all their business out away from Russia. That's done deal. Imagine how much money has been lost for banks. So many workplaces, jobs have been lost. So much money, so much trade by those Western companies. The hit has been absolutely incredible. Second, domestic demand fell. Russian economy is going down big time. People losing jobs, people leaving Russia, relocating. In general, people having less money. Demand for everything is going down, down, down. Numbers coming out at the end of the year. Right now, end of December, my gosh. In the beginning of January, I will make dedicated streams on the economic numbers, and they're not good. You can trust me on that. So people spend less and less money because they have less and less money. The unemployment is up. Companies lay people off. They they cut salaries and so forth. So basically, one of the huge reasons the banks that put banks under pressure is the fall of domestic demand in bank services. Another big problem is business, not Western, but Russian business, is in huge trouble. Huge trouble. Like I said, there is, I used to say that economic tsunami. Now I'm saying it's a landslide. It's like a fall down, and it's happening. Therefore, banks have much less money going back and forth. Therefore, they make so much less money in profits. Therefore, they're showing losses, plain and simple. 400 billion rubles in quarter 3 combined. And another huge risk, has been materializing is default rate. Personal loans, business loans, defaults on the rise. Plain and simple, people don't have money to pay their credit, make credit payments. a lot of people, 300 people have been mobilized, and the government said, you know what, you cannot demand people continue paying their loans if they're mobilized. And the banks asked, like, what are we going to do? And the government said, well, do whatever you please, but you can't touch those people. Well, the bank's saying, we need money, we need help from the government. And the government says, well, just fudge off, basically. And in general, people make less money. They can't make mortgage payments. They can't make credit card payments and so forth. Lots of people now are trying to take credits because that's the only, take out credits because that's the only way they can live. Tremendous pressure on the banks. That has led to, we're going to see the numbers for Q4, and they're going to be, I think, around 400 billion rubles in loss and close to 1 trillion rubles in capitalization needed. So that's pretty bad. So how does Russian government help? And moreover, how does it take advantage of the situation? Remember what I told you about the USSR? There was only one bank. Vladimir Putin said many times, hey, fall of the USSR was the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of 20th century. Not World War I, not World War II, not millions of people died in those wars, not the Red Grand Terror that Joseph Stalin waged upon Russia. No, it's the fall of the USSR. And the USSR had this very strange financial system with only one bank that belonged 100% to the government and controlled finances of the people. So therefore, I think Vladimir Putin liked it very much and still likes the idea of having one bank. Just like they had an old good USSR. And 2022, banks are not doing great. So what does the government do? It helps the banks. It buys out banks. Well, you can't really buy out banks en masse if you're a government. No, but you can use your friends to consolidate bank assets. One of those friends is Vladimir Potanin, a very close friend of Vladimir Putin, old-timer, old friend, an oligarch, one of the richest people in Russia. And he started vacuum cleaning large Russian banks. Who got in trouble? Because of those things, Western companies leaving, default rate climbing, domestic demand falling and so forth, Hey, you're in trouble? You need money? I have money, but I'm going to buy you out. Yeah, of course I'm going to buy you out for cheap, very cheap, for pennies on dollar. But hey, the beggars cannot be choosers, right? So at first he bought the bank, Russia's top technologically advanced banks called Tinkoff. Oh, at one point I was a customer of Tinkoff and it was a pleasure to use it. My gosh, you should have felt how it was to be client of Tinkoff. I think the best bank in the world in terms of customer support, in terms of customer orientation, incredible. So Vladimir Potanin bought it because Oleg Tinkoff decided, the owner and the founder of the bank, he stood out and made himself heard. He's against the war. As soon as he said that publicly, he was started getting all kinds of pressure, and he was forced to sell his bank. Vladimir Potanin bought it. Then later on, Vladimir Potanin bought another huge bank, a jewel in Russian banking system, really. Russian subsidiary of Société Générale. It's a very famous French bank called Rostov-on-Don. Vladimir Potanin bought it. Now he's consolidated a huge market share in his hands. Like I said, he's a very close friend. He's a rich guy. He's been supported by the government for a long time. Another bank vacuum cleaner, so to speak, was a Russian government-owned bank called VTB. VTB and Sberbank, another Russian government-owned bank, they were the first victims of isolation and sanctions being placed upon Russia's financial sector. They were first two banks were under direct sanctions, meaning both VTB and Sberbank could not be approached by the Western financial institutions. They were cut off of everything. And Sberbank is the biggest Russian bank in terms of B2C. It has the biggest, largest customer base. So it's been afloat and it's been getting money from the government. VTB is more business oriented. And then it started buying banks also. Among other, well, of course, it belongs to the government, so the government helps financially a little bit. Among other large purchases it made was recently Open Bank, huge Russian bank, actually decent bank, fell in trouble because of all those problems I talked about earlier. Fell in trouble. Two choices: to go under or to sell everything for pennies on dollar to VTB, and VTB did that. There are rumors that VTB is also going to buy Sberbank. I'm not sure whether it's true or not. That's going to happen or not, but the rumors are there. And if VTB does that, it's going to be both VTB and Potanin going to be the biggest players in the Russian banking sector, financial industry. Among independent banks remaining, the pillars, there are three. First is Raiffeisen. It's still owned by the Austrians, and basically they cannot sell the bank anymore to anyone outside Russia because it's a law they made. The foreign owners cannot sell Russian banks. Only with government supervision, and there are tons of different conditions, terms and conditions. The second bank is Home Credit Bank. It belongs to Turkish, kind of same situation. And the third is Alpha Bank. Alpha is also great. A long time ago as a customer, fantastic bank. Large. It was founded in 1991, and it belongs to two Russian oligarchs. They come from the Yeltsin time, and then they're friends with Putin also. They've been trying to sell their bank for a decade now, but no one wants to buy it. It's too big. And that's pretty much it. These three big independent banks, everyone else is small, more dependent, and sooner or later it will fall under government's control. I personally have no doubt about that. And then these three big banks, they also gonna fall under government control one way or another. I don't know how, but just today I heard the news about Open Bank being sold to VTB. So this huge consolidation has left two major players, and they're all connected to the government. And this is when I had the insight moment. This is when I decided to make the stream. It's not just like Russian government is trying to help out banks to stay afloat. No, it's merging into larger groups, and then those groups will merge into one group, and it's going to be at the end. It's going to be one old good bank called something like Soviet Union Savings Bank or something like that, and that's going to be controlling entire financial sector of the Russia, the country. People, again, they will not have a choice. There will be no competition, and the control is going to be grabbed back. It was let go back in 1991. Tons of different small, medium banks opened up, and they were growing like mushrooms. This is the situation. It's not good for the control. You don't have control with that. But once you cut all those mushrooms, some you just stomp up and some you just, buy and they become yours, and then you just make, consolidate them, merge them, acquire them, drive the ones who don't want to be acquired out of business with the help of central bank and so forth. And all of a sudden, at the end, you have one huge mushroom, and that's it. It's yours. Yours to control. Anyone who wants mushrooms, they have one place to come. One bank, Russians want to open account, please open account. But if you misbehave, if you break the law, if you, oh, God forbid, you fall under influence of foreign state and you become a foreign agent, well, you know what? Your money is going to be frozen. Your bank account is going to be closed. You don't like that? Well, don't open the bank account. But you cannot be, your kids cannot go to school. You know, you cannot become a student at the university. You cannot have a job because you, for those things, you must have a bank account. So you have a choice. You know, you live or not, if you know what I mean. You have a choice. You open bank account. If you don't, we don't force you. Please don't open bank account. But then you live, you know, the way you like. But if you really want to enjoy, you know, some benefits of the society, then you must welcome to the one government bank. This is the control thing, and this is happening right now. They're using this war. They're using this thing called they're calling the special military operation, not just to keep the Russian financial system afloat, but to grab banks, to merge them, to buy them off, and create, if not one, but just large groups that would control Russian market, and then they would drive small banks out of business. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that the end goal is one state-owned bank. My friends, please do not repeat our mistakes. Learn from our mistakes. Do not make your own mistakes. The only thing can save you from totalitarianism is competition, freedom of doing business, freedom of election, freedom of competition. Don't lose those precious things. Please don't. Look at us. We have lost them, and this is where we're at right now. And then we're going to the place that's even worse, that's even darker. This has been my message. Thank you so much for coming. Merry Christmas, everyone. Let me know, please, what you think in the comments. I'm going to turn them on right now. Before I do that, I ask two things. First, please sign up for my Telegram channel called Inside Konstantin's Russia. That's how I do announcements, do live streams, and give some personal material. Inside Konstantin's Russia, great way to keep in touch. And second, please help spread my message. Make reposts in your social media accounts. Thank you so very much. And now turning on the comments. Boom. Let me know. Have you found today's stream interesting, useful, or completely useless? Mods, thank you so very much for coming. Mommy Lorna, the HQ, Black Cat, Amir, Harry, Bob, Black Cat, thank you so much. Great to see you. Merry Christmas to the mods. And Merry Christmas to everyone, the usual suspects. My gratitude for you being here. Thank you. It means a lot to me for you just coming, listening, sharing your thoughts and opinions. This is great. If you want me to see your comment or question easier, please put it in caps. It's not like I don't see much. There's just so many messages. They go real quick. And especially helps if you put Inside Russia after @ so your message appears in a large orange box. This is grand. Thank you. Without further ado, I am gonna jump into reading the comments and questions, if any. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. This is the last stream before Christmas. I will not stream on Christmas, but I will release a video for you. Some like some my personal message to you, you know. And tomorrow there will be a stream with my lovely wife. My son will make an appearance. But that's going to be Saturday. So therefore, for sponsors and patrons only, my way of saying thank you for supporting, my way of showing my appreciation for you becoming patrons and sponsors. Thank you so very much. I will see you tomorrow for more personal stream, and Natasha's going to help me out. She's going to be my Santa helper. Spot on message, Konstantin. I'm feeling much more energetic today because I actually slept for 4 hours. 2 hours in the morning, well, in the afternoon, early afternoon, and before the stream, 2 hours. So you see, the sleep, adequate sleeping makes actually wonders. Stephen Lindholm, thank you so much. Stephen, by the way, I have a question to you. If we could, I will email you after the stream. Alex Gordon, thank you so much. You find it interesting. Thank you. Appreciate it. Amir, great subject. Eat bears watching. Alex, great perspective. Frank in Texas, howdy. SD, Deb, The First 5,000 Years by David Graeber. Well, I've read a couple books on that, and I am an economist myself, so I know exactly what these books are about. My stream was a little different. It's not about the financial system, the world system that has existed, and of course it has flaws, okay, and I know much about that, how it's created and how it's maintained and so forth, but my stream was about a different thing. It was about how one country seizes control over markets and specifically over banks and uses it to create totalitarian state. That's the message I was trying to give you. Damien Da Silva, thank you so very much. Hello, my friend. What happens to normal Russians' savings? Are deposits insured by the government? In Canada, savings are guaranteed up to $100,000. Great question. Let me acknowledge a couple other super chats and I will get back to it. Thank you so much, Frank. Gifts, they warm my hearts because they give opportunity for other people to participate in sponsorship, sponsors and patrons only chats, live streams. Okay, so Frank, thank you so very much. Mr. Gross, Putin recently said there has been significant progress in demilitarizing Ukraine. What could he be referring to? Is Ukraine not now better armed and better trained than ever? My friend, if you're asking me this question, I know as much as you do. You asking me, it means you have common sense, and I really have respect for you for that because your question shows that's a question of a common sense. What he's talking about doesn't have any common sense, okay? But Russians believe it somehow. See, he can say, oh, Russia demilitarized Ukraine, but he didn't say what was demilitarization in the first place, what they considered, and he doesn't say what the results are. Show us the results. Say, we killed 100,000 people, all military. We destroyed 1,000 airports. We destroyed so many like AK-47s. That would be demilitarization. That would be him answering us, okay? Instead, he says, well, we've reached significant progress in demilitarizing. Well, you know what, my friends? I've reached significant progress in, I don't know, drinking tea. Well, you might ask me, how much money have you spent on tea in the last year? How much tea have you drank? How many boxes of tea did you buy? What is the best tea and so forth? Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. I've reached a significant progress. That's all you need to know. That's the same thing Putin tells us. And yes, 1,000 times yes. Ukraine is so much better off. It's right now, it's much more, it's like better armed. It's better trained than ever. Ukrainian soldiers like Terminators, they have experience. They're standing up for their country. Their morale is up big time. The spirits are up and everything. So ask him. Don't ask me. Axel L2, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you too. Please keep up your good work and influencing all Russians to think for themselves and their neighbors. You're doing God's work. Thank you so much, my friend. That's not a question statement. Merry Christmas, and tomorrow I'm meeting first Ukrainian, his family, with my family. We're meeting, and then we'll see where it leads us to. I feel like I'm entering the new year, and something big is awaiting for me there. Not just me, but some people around me. So there was a question before. Hang on one second. Damien De Silva. Oh, my friend, what happens to normal Russian savings? First of all, a regular Russian person, doesn't have much savings. There are statistics on that, but very little money. Russians mostly make money and they spend everything because they don't make much. Lots of Russians have credits and they're struggling to make their ends meet and to pay out, make credit payments. So if a bank goes under, then Russian central bank also guarantees up to, used to be $20,000. I think they increased that amount like to $30,000. Same as in Canada, savings are guaranteed in in the United States, they're guaranteed by FDIC. It's called FDIC insured. It does happen. If the bank goes under, the government pays out to people, but not businesses. Businesses are at their own risk, So hopefully I answered your question. MS Scotty, you should have read The End of the World is Only the Beginning by Peter Zanin, geopolitical strategist. Have a Merry Christmas, Konstantin. I have seen this guy, Peter Zanin. I like him. He's he's intelligent, smart, common sense, and I tend to agree with most of things that he says. I have not read any books by him. I simply don't have much time, but thank you for the suggestion. If I read something, that would be him. Bruce, thank you so very much. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Bruce. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that tomorrow I'll be able to say Merry Christmas proper way to all the sponsors and patrons. Blue Dragons, thank you so much. Wishing you and your family great Christmas. Much love and support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Riviere 1862 from Quebec, French Canada. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. You are amazing. What do you want for Christmas inside Russia? Alex, I want the bloodshed in Ukraine to stop. I don't need anything else. My family is with me. Well, right now partially, but will be with me completely shortly after. When your life, pardon me for saying that, but stinky substance hits the fan in your life, a lot of people say, well, if it happens, if SHTF event happens. Well, it happened in my life. And you know what matters in your life if it happens? Not, keeping yourself fed, not having plenty of water like a lot of preppers say. No. Not keeping your money in the bank, saving your money, salvaging your money, not losing your properties, if you know what I mean. Like, one thing that matters is your family with you or not. If it's with you, it makes you happy. Like, I am happy. If your family is not with you, then nothing else matters, really. So what do I want for Christmas? Bloodshed in Ukraine to stop. I want people wake up. I want people gain common sense back. I want them come out from lethargical sleep and ask like themselves, like, wait a second, what the hell happened in the last 11 months? Wait a second. Why didn't we do anything? Why were we lied to and we didn't know? Well, we got to do something about it. And this is all I want to do. This is all I want to have for Christmas. Have a very Merry Christmas, Konstantin from Roy Cousins. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you, Roy. Happy Hanukkah. Yeah, no one said Hanukkah, by the way. We celebrated Hanukkah a couple days ago with my Jewish friends. I have plenty. So, happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Bell Bendixen. Thank you so much for your support from Norway. Someone told me an anecdote. It was a Norwegian guy. He said, we never complain in Norway about anything. Never. But if we complain about something, we blame it on the Swedes. It's pretty funny. Michael Milkevitz, wow, my friend, this is a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the support, but thanks for just showing up and, letting us know. We pray for you every single day, my friend. I hope that next year will bring you recovery and you're going to participate in another 365 streams with me, with the mods, with everyone. Возьми какой-нибудь этот.
Да, я просто на секунду.
Say hello.
Hello, good evening, good day, good afternoon, everyone. I also want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and wish you a great year. Great New Year.
Fantastic. Isn't she beautiful?
Yeah. I want to thank you for all your comments, for all supports you give to my husband Konstantin, for love, for everything. And we very appreciate it. Very.
We do. Natasha, I'm going to tell you this year's been very life-changing for me. I have family, and my family has stayed the same, okay? But having this community is like having another family. I really mean it. I'm not just saying that. I found friends here, I found support, I found voices, I found great opinions, and going here and streaming every single day is just, it's like meeting with a huge crowd of people who are family, or very close to family, actually.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do stream tomorrow, finally?
Yeah,
Yes,
certainly.
yes, please, come. You can ask all the questions you want.
Yes.
It's gonna be Christmas Eve tomorrow.
Yeah.
Whew.
Okay.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too. She gives me motivation and inspiration. Michael would have showed up. He's sleeping in another room. Oh, I'm lucky. I am so lucky. You know, a man is lucky if he has a very good-hearted wife. A man can consider himself lucky if he has beautiful wife. A man has can consider himself lucky if he has smart wife. And a man can consider himself lucky if he has loving wife. That's each one of those things is makes a man lucky. But I am so quadruple lucky because Natasha is all of that. She's smarter than me. She is beautiful. She's loving. She's caring. She's a great mother, and she's really good, really good person. We have same views. We have same values. I am so lucky. I'm actually ready to cry here in front of the camera of how lucky I am. Thank you, honey. And she's German too. Eric Granard, thank you so much. Keep up good work. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. I will. You can count on me showing up every single day. The only times I don't is when I'm sick, in transition, or physically cannot stream. Doesn't happen often, but sometimes. Black Cat 997. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Appreciate it. Damien De Silva. My Christmas wish: peace in Ukraine, Putin regime thrown on the ashes of history, Navalny released and in charge. And the last but not least, God bless you all. Slava Ukraine. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Damien. It's great to have you. Not just because you super chat a lot, but because your questions, they really are food for thought. They make me think. And couple questions actually made me change my opinion a little bit. That's deep. I was just talking about it. Lilia Reg, when are you visiting Maine? When you do, you're welcome here in San Diego, California. We actually want to live in San Diego, California. That's freaking number one spot on our wish list. Not the wish list, but the bucket list to live, We're just talking about it a couple hours ago. I don't know when. Hopefully one day. Hopefully in this life. Nancy Darling, thank you. Your videos and live streams are so interesting and educational about Russian history, politics, and affairs. If you taught a class, I would sign up. Nancy, thank you so much. Thank you. I try to share the best I can. If I taught a class, I taught a class in February 2022, and I'm so ashamed of that class. Frank in Texas as a witness. I sincerely thought that Russia would never attack Ukraine. Russia would never start a war. And I was a very vocal person would be saying that. And then I taught a class. I called it a seminar or something like that on Sunday for 6 hours. And I was telling why Russia actually wouldn't do that. And I charged $15. There were like 15 people. I paid $15 for that. That's the only thing that I did something like that. And then that thing that has killed all desire to continue doing classes in the future for me, because I'm still ashamed of that. I actually still want to make one of those streams saying that my mistakes of 2022 and my views that I changed over this past year, because there are quite a few mistakes I made, quite a few opinions that I'm not really proud of that I voiced over the months, and there are some of my views I changed, plain and simple. I didn't want to make it a Christmas stream or anything, but perhaps in the very next few streams. I think one of the most important things when I stream, and anyone streams for that matter, is to be honest and sincere in front of the camera. If you're not, then it'd be lying to people, to hundreds, thousands of people, sometimes hundreds of thousands of people. So I am being honest. My camera does not lie. And if I said something in the past, I'm not Vladimir Putin. I don't say and forget about it and completely ignore it. Okay, I've been criticized quite a bit in the comments by people. 80% of the criticism doesn't have any grounds, but 20% actually does, and I would like to address all those things. So, kind of spill it out, so to speak. So you know who exactly is talking to you on the other side of the camera. So again, thank you, darling. Thank you, Nancy, darling. I really, really appreciate the help, and I really appreciate you coming here every day and watching me speak and finding my opinions interesting, because that's what really drives me. Lori Hill, Merry Christmas. May God richly bless you and yours. Lori, thank you so very much. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. It looks like something's wrong. Lori, you did the 3 super chats. I think you just wanted to do 1. If you want me to refund couple, let me know how to do that. If you just made a mistake and pressed the button 3 times. But again, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Great question from Rachel Rainan. How will this affect Russian pensioners? Oi, I have one very close Russian pensioner, my mom. She worked all her life really hard. She provided as much money as my dad did. She retired at the age of 60, and guess how much money she's getting from the government right now? 10,500 rubles. That is $130, 140 perhaps. She pays her utility bill is 7,000 rubles. So she has left $50 to spend on everything else. Food, clothing, obviously she's not in need of anything because I send her money every 2 weeks. She has plenty of food. She has plenty of clothing. She has nice house that I'm paying for and everything. But you know what? Every time I think of old lady like my mom, who's not fortunate enough to have son who can, provide as much, I get shivers because I don't know how they make it. They must be starving at this point. So answering your question, they're not doing well already, and they're gonna do even worse. This is one of those things I try. If I think about, just drives me absolutely nuts. Michael Yukon, thank you so very much. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Merry Christmas to you. You are the usual suspect, the serial super chatter. Thank you so much. Lorraine Prasnowski, you've been with me on this channel for over a year. I remember the name very well. Thank you for thank you for coming. Thank you for, keep on coming back. Thank you so much. Pleasure to have you. Thank you. John O. Holiday greetings from sunny Central California coast. Whereabouts? I know Central California coast quite well. Thank you so very much, John, for the greetings. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. Chirper, another usual suspect and another usual person here. Thank you so very much. Great to have you on the channel and in this community. Chicago is currently under a cold spell, like most of the United States. Whew. Nice, well, it's fairly warm in Tashkent. It's daytime, it's in the high 40s, low 50s. Not too bad considering it's late December. Just wait a little bit. That shall pass, Leslie Fleming, Saratoga Springs, as Zelensky said to Congress, home of the Saratoga battlefield. Lisa Marshall, howdy. Thank you for creating this wonderful community that I look forward to every day. The information you provide is so valuable and important. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Lisa, thank you so very much. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to have you here. Thank you. It's not me who created this community. That's all of us. You've contributed much more than I have. So thank you. Thank you so very much. Fantastic to have you. Thank you. Something's happening here. It's not very strange. It's like the super chats double and triple, like the same message appears 3 times, I hope you're not like triple charged or anything. If you are somehow, for some reason, you let me know, and after the stream, just email me, if I'll refund if you're overcharged. Richard Steinberg, Merry Christmas and thank you for the updates. And always remember, happy wife, happy life. Richard, smart, very wise. Not smart, but wise words. I do remember that. I do know that. I don't let this thought slip out of my mind for 1 second, okay? I try to get my wife everything the best because she's light of my light of my life. And she's my support. And without her backing me, without her giving me insights, ideas, quite a few of the stream's ideas came from her, actually. She, tells me, sometimes we walk, sometimes she calls me if she's not around, and then she says, what about this? Do you think this is interesting? I found it interesting. And I start thinking about it, and I go, wow, this is great. So thank you, Richard. Thank you for your support, and thank you for the words. I'm really behind on the super chats. Iri Salminin, thank you so much for your mother. Thank you. I appreciate it. My mother is all covered. You know what? I would be starving, but she would not be. Okay, but thank you so very much. Riviere 1862, little something for your son for Christmas. Merry Christmas, Natasha, Konstantin, Michael, Mama. Also have Oля and Dasha. They went to a different place for Christmas, but they're safe and sound. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. I will definitely... Michael's gonna be thrilled, because I'm gonna spoil him rotten for this Christmas. So I have... This thing's doubling. Something's wrong with YouTube. There you go. Rudy Kaisley, Thank you. Thank you. Hugs from me. Merry Christmas. I appreciate you coming and being a part of the community, and thank you so very much. Calvin, Merry Christmas, Constantine. Can't afford more since I am retired, but know this will multiply in your hand. Kind hands, you are my younger brother. Calvin, thank you so much. Look, everyone, if you are under financial constraint, like don't even worry about the super chats. Don't worry, okay? Because I don't do it for the money. I do it for different reasons. Money is very appreciated, and thank you so very much for your support. But that's not number one. And so, if you have slightest problem with like finance, you can't afford it. Don't. You're still gonna be great in my eyes. Thank you so very much. Jason Carney, thank you. You are serial. Well, you are the usual suspect, the very usual suspect, and the very usual super chatter. So, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate your messages. They're very, in Russia we call it minimalistic, very short, just money, but they speak volumes. Thank you so very much. Merry Christmas. And you also you give gifts of sponsorship to people that I also very appreciate. And it's thanks from me and from other people too who got the gifts. Thank you. Or maybe it's triple funds but one charge. You think that YouTube does that? That'd be nice. I just hope like people don't get triple charged. That I would hate to see that. It's been really touching, Thank you. Roy Cousins, I'm glad to hear your cough is getting better. It's actually getting worse. Natasha noticed. She's gonna make me like this herbal medicine remedies. She bought some Indian stuff called Chevansh Pransh. See how it works. Amir has given the gift of sponsorship to the channel to some people. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. And Frank as well. Out of all people here, Frank is the only member of Tashkent Breakfast Club. He knows what's going on. He's deep inside of the Breakfast Club. Frank, thank you so much. Honor to have you. Thank you. And Frank in Texas, the witness of my probably lowest hour of the year. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. Trust me, I've recalled that horrible thing 100 times at least over last 365 days. Thank you. Vicky McCollum, also usual suspect in the serial super chatter. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you so much. There's a question statement from Joy. This is the next step on the road to CBCD, enslavement of the citizens. Look to China's system. I believe this is the end. Planned for many countries. Chatters CBCD, look it up. I know what you mean. I think there's a huge battle going on. How it'll end up, I don't know. But thanks for the insight. And by the way, thank you for being such a great member of this community, such a great member of this, real group of people. You've been absolutely great. I really enjoy reading your comments always. Thank you. Sam K, hope you're well. You know what? I think you are legends, every single one of you, for coming, because without you, there would be no me. It's kind of difficult to do live streams without anyone watching and conversing, and you just, once you have feedback, not necessarily super chats, but just feedback, like in terms of questions and comments, you feel like you have wings growing, out of your back, and they lift you up. So you are legends. Thank you so very much. Damien De Silva has given a gift of sponsorship to 5 people. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Damien. Julie Embark Mountain family, thank you for your support. Message is very powerful and strong. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. I appreciate it. Jasper Potting Face, Janine, for the T Fund. Postal strikes here in UK and many times are going missing, so use this forward T Fund. Thank you. Enjoying finest English breakfast by Twinings. Oh, so good. This is just 2 a.m. in Tashkent, but English breakfast always hits the spot. Sue Borges, welcome to Inside Russia, a sponsor. New one. Come back tomorrow, please. And all sponsors and patrons, please come back tomorrow for Merry Christmas. Probably the best live stream of the year, the private live stream for sponsors and patrons. Thank you for joining. Black Cat says, Dave Strains, beautiful videos. I saw them from you. I love them. Thank you. Dave, by the way, if you want me to do a shout out, I'm not sure whether you want to do it or not to show your channel, but if you want me to do that, let me know in the email and I will gladly do that. So thousands of people will see how wonderful your trains are. Miss Chris, hello from Portland, Oregon, USA. Howdy. Andrew from Texas. Howdy, howdy. Joe's Rames. I know who you are, brother. Carlos Smith, Merry Christmas to you and your family from Queens, New York. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Alex Gordon, do you see the end of this war? It's gonna end. I don't know when, but everything in this life has an end. Yes. Probably not around the corner, but I see the end of it. I talk about it in my streams a lot. Lionel Slade, great question. Will the Russian people accept these bank changes? Russian people accept anything. They are voiceless. They're spineless. I don't know. Just they accept anything. They accept their sons taken away from them, yanked away from them, and sent to Ukraine. For what? They accept that. If they accept that, they'll accept anything else. SD, my David Graeber book reference is suggested reading for those interested in your talk who want to expand outside your focus. Thank you so much. Thank you. Point taken. Lori Lane, I need to fly further south for the winter. I hear you. Me too. Rudy Kaisley, you feel energized after an airing of grievance. Happy Festivus. Airing of grievance. What's that? Airing of grievance. Didn't quite understand, but I'll have to look it up later. Riviere 1862, Merry Christmas all. God put his blessings on all. Agreed, and Merry Christmas all. Leslie, decorating your apartment. Natasha will. I will definitely show it, but we don't decorate for Christmas. We decorate for New Year in a few days. Okay, so it's 26th, 27th. We start. Mr. Gross, nobody will argue we haven't reached significant progress in drinking tea. There you go. This one is to you. And have you noticed, by the way, like if you compare me, my first streams, I was sitting with an old mic and making this slurping noises, and everyone was commenting on that. Have you noticed how so much better I have become in drinking tea. I don't slurp anymore. I'm like a ninja in drinking tea. I become silent, in and out, boom, boom, that's it. No this annoying sound anymore. Sandra, I can only join tomorrow if my daughter is still iced in, but I don't want her to be iced in Portland. But don't want to miss you either. I hope that you can make it. You're one of the dear people here. Thank you so much for. I hope to see you tomorrow. Love from Kansas City, from Satan's Little Helper. Not sure if I like the name, but thank you so much. Thanks for coming and thanks for being with us. Please join us in prayer soon. Leslie Fleming, America and Canada are like brother and sister. Russia and Ukraine used to be same thing, League City, Texas. Carol Lynn, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you too. Bruno Konder, Putin Bank would be Put-in Bank would be a good name, I think. Greetings from Belgium. It doesn't matter what name they have. Just one bank and everyone knows what this is. That's it. BL Pirog, thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Constantine and family. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Victor Buvo, Happy Christmas, Happy New Year 2023 to all Russians. Greetings from London, England. Thank you so much. English breakfast to you. At least this is how I feel right now. A little piece of the UK inside of me. This feels really good, by the way. Merry Christmas. Thank you for the good wishes. Likewise. Julie Embark Mountain family, peace to your dear one. You and your family are loved from Colorado. Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you. You are loved here in Tashkent. A plus Russian, Oля. Howdy, howdy. Tina, I want to thank you for your streams. You give me hope that there are Russians who do not like and try to make the true show. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Tina. I can only speak for myself. I do try to make a show every time, and show comes from the very bottom of my heart. But I can assure you there are some other Russians inside and outside Russia who have the same position, thought, stand, value, voice as I do. So thank you for not giving up on us. Merry Christmas to you. Caesars, do Russian people idolize their relationship with Ukraine? Idolize. I'm not sure what you mean, but Russian people got messed up in the head. Like someone engineered their thoughts in the head in the past 10 months about Ukraine. Now a lot of Russians who support, they think that Ukrainians are Ukraine is full of NATO soldiers under complete control of NATO countries, Nazis, propaganda has taken its toll on many, many Russian people. But before we considered them very close. We considered them like USA and Canada, same thing, Used to be one country. I think it's easy to say that we felt towards Ukrainian that you feel towards Slovaks and Slovaks feel towards you. You're like the best friends. Kevin Pelling, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you so much, Kevin. Merry Christmas from Tashkent, Uzbekistan. Time is up, is saying the Nightbot. Never mess with a Nightbot. Because he's got serious support on the stream, you know. Couple more questions and we shall pray. Jade Michael, you have taught me so much about facing adversity, honesty, virtue, and helped me digest what's happening in this time. Thank you. Please keep on coming back. Thank you. I'm trying. I'm really trying. Sometimes it's not easy. Last few days, I'm feeling very good today, actually, but before, there are days I just feel so down. I don't want to crawl out of bed. I force myself, of course, but if I could, I'd just lay in bed with my eyes closed all day and just not try to not think of anything. There are days like that, but even on days like that, I don't miss streams. The only times I miss them are when I'm on transition, sick. I was on vacation a couple times, once, I think. Well, about a week, 5 days. That's pretty much it. The rest of the time, I'm on every single day at this time. Thank you. Thank you so much. Golden Griffon, another person who's been with me since probably day one of my videos, early 2020. That's, I think, when you first started coming to I didn't stream then. I just posted videos. I remember your comments. Thank you so much. Wild Wolfpack, Merry Christmas, and I apologize for all the strongly worded emails and difficult questions. You know what? One of your emails really touched me, like really, really touched me. I think it was after I said that I didn't know where this is going anymore and things like that. In October, one of the best, most motivational, most touching emails I've received. So, you know what? You've always been respectful, and you can ask me any questions you want in any wording. The worst comes to worst. Well, it's not the best, actually. Best comes to best. I actually think about, well, how do I phrase it? I read and I think over what you ask me, and it gives me food for thought. So thank you very, very much. Famous Mainer, K and the mods, and the legends. You're all legends. This place is full of legends, by the way. Merry Christmas. January 7th, we can do it again with Orthodox Christmas. Yes, we are organizing an event, and I think I will be streaming, but just a little bit, not much. So I know all of you will be busy with your families and gatherings and Christmas dinners and so forth. But we are organizing an event on Catholic Christmas, which is 25th, in the Breakfast Club. There will be around 20 people celebrating at night. So, but not as late as right now. A few hours earlier. So it's gonna be early afternoon for you. That's not gonna be like a usual stream where I give messages and such. It's gonna be just like I'll show around the fun that we're gonna be having. That's all. 20, 25, perhaps 30 people, not too many. There are currently 130 members of the Breakfast Club. It's growing. It's growing fairly fast. We're gonna be having another event on Sunday, which is your Christmas on Sunday morning. Huge gathering as usual for breakfast, and then at night we'll be celebrating Catholic Christmas at a restaurant. So, um, Lori Lane, Alex will be live on his My English World channel. But it's pretty cool. I'll watch him a little bit and I'll just get in touch with him. Paula W., happy holidays to you and your family from Southern Oregon, USA. Thank you so much, Paula. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Golden Griffin, mine's broken, no power, no lithium crystals. Jodes Rames, where is the light at the end of the tunnel? There is. You can trust me on that. There is light at the end of the tunnel. A plus Russian. Russian people will sooner leave Russia than oppose what the regime does. But boy, do we grumble in our kitchen over a cup of tea. Agree inside Russia? Oля, not. I can't agree with that, but just again, I've said it many times. I think that the Russian government can do anything to Russian people and get away with it. Anything. They will not rise up. They will not stand up. They will not do anything. Yes, they do speak, grumble in the kitchens, but the Russian government takes their children from their hands, from them, and sends to Ukraine. And they don't do anything. They cry. They feel really bad, but that's all they do. They send their children. They play along. If this happens, I don't know what must happen so Russian people would do something. So you're right, but I think it's even worse than that, what you're saying. Gloria, wiring of grievances, speaking your mind. Vicky Maddox, Merry Christmas, everyone. Too close of Russian people makes no sense, especially when trying to overthrow bordering countries. Banks, economy, food are all being denied. Makes no sense. Thank you. Mr. Valentine. No, you are also a legend. You are real legends. You are absolutely awesome and you rock. Thank you for coming back every single day and supporting me and giving me feedback and liking what I have to say. Thank you. Guy L, tea slurping expert. That I am. Sure am. Probably best in the world. Steven, I don't get to watch live often anymore, but I always try to listen later on. Thank you for the streams this year, keeping us informed and showing us some of your life. Thank you, Steven. Thank you. Again, please, would you contact me after the stream? But we want robot sound, Mr. K. I will try to. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? With the robot sound right now? Yes. This is the robot sign. This is the robot sound. Merry Christmas, everyone. The Martians have landed. There you go. Now, how do I turn this off? There you go. A little bit of a robot sound. The ones who don't know what happened, Michael was playing with my soundboard and he pressed the wrong button. He left it on. And I started doing the stream, but it doesn't show in my monitors. Like I hear my voice, but I don't hear sound effects. And I keep on talking and talking in the robotic voice. And then all of a sudden I hit the button and I hear myself speak like a robot. It was actually a serious topic. It was pretty embarrassing. Pamela J. T-Ninja, wish you a great day with the family. Thank you so much. Thank you. All Russians, YouTubers I watch drink tea while streaming. Frank, you know what? They're all taken after me. I was the first one, and it was my original thing. And then everyone is trying to emulate me. Good luck to you, fellas. Ask them next time. Ask them what they're drinking. Are they drinking like real stuff, good stuff? Brodies? Are they drinking Taylor's at Harrogate? Are they drinking the Twinings? You know, ask them. They probably not. That's not real tea drinking. You have to be drinking the UK tea. Time's up. I just can't stop. Sorry. Golden Griffon. I like English breakfast tea that has honey and vanilla. I like it straight. No sugar, nothing. No milk. Hey, you know what, Guy L. Constantine tea drinking is the UK finest. I think there's a little disbalance here. I've been drinking so much of the UK tea, English finest, you know, Scottish finest, Irish finest. Then I think the UK government needs to sponsor me. Seriously, they should consider this. They should send me their appreciation and thanks, saying, "Hey, Constantine, that's something nice to you. Not necessarily money, but you know, perhaps unlimited supply of tea or something like that." So, thanks for making English tea, English breakfast tea, famous all over the world because it wasn't famous before you, and you just made it explode. So, would you please pass this to this message to the UK government? That'd be fantastic, you know. Golden Griffon, thank you. Pamela D. Paulo, you drink the tea and spill. See you in Aganquit one day. Best wishes. Oh, I'd love to visit Aganquit. What a place. One of the finest places in southern Maine. Sending my love to Maine, southern Maine, Aganquit, Old Orchard Beach, Biddeford, Saco. One of my most favorite beaches is Gooch's Beach in Kennebunk. Bob is leaving us. It means one thing. I'm doing it for too long. I'm sorry. Has the YouTuber got any sleigh bell sounds? Not at this point. Don't accept Boris Johnson. That's funny. Oh, by the way, I have a video I made for Dirk. I'm gonna send you Dirk. The white trees in Uzbekistan, not in Tashkent, but outside Tashkent. I was going for a business meeting, driving. Has Michael ever heard the robot sound? Oh, he has. He enjoys it so much. He hears himself doing the robotic sound. He's just so excited. Should film him sometimes. Okay. Ian Morris, it could be worse. In the US during the COVID, there was a lawyer who joined the virtual trial with a cat replacing his face and couldn't turn it off. I saw that. It made news. It made news all over the world. It made news in Russia. Here we were laughing. Yes, poor fella. I still remember that accident. They were showing it on TV. Not on TV, but on Russian news. I saw it on the internet. That was funny. Yes. Well, I think the robotic voice is pretty much same kind of a failure. that fellow with the cat face. I wonder if he won the case or not. Okay, my friends, again, Merry Christmas to you all. I'd like to make a very special prayer today. A short one. Please join me if you are religious. Join me if you're not religious. If you are Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist. Doesn't really matter. It's about people. It's not about religion. It's about God. It's about connection with God. And sending good thoughts, good vibes, good energy to other people who are in need. And supporting them with our words. So please join me in prayer right now. Let's do it. Dear God, thank you so much for giving us this day. Thank you for putting food on our tables. Thank you for putting roofs over our heads. Thank you for surrounding us with people who we love and who love us. Please help our children, keep them safe and healthy. Children is the most precious thing that we have in lives. So please look after them. Give us wisdom to raise them the way that they become great people when they grow up, and they will make this world a better place, and they will never fight each other. Please help stop the bloodshed in Ukraine. This is the best Christmas present I want, and I am pretty sure millions of other people, they also want that. Please reach out and touch people. Change them in a way they need to be changed so they make the decision to stop the bloodshed. Please help everyone in Ukraine who has been affected. Send your help, surround them with your love, with your care, with your attention, and attend them, help them in a way that you know how to help everyone. Give them strength, give them love, recovery, soothe their souls, give them forgiveness, give them all these wonderful things. Please send everyone an angel in Ukraine so the angels keep everyone out of harm's way and not one single drop of blood is shed any longer. Please help my country, Russia. Send the army of your strongest angels with sharpest swords, led by Saint Michael in the shiny, toughest armors, to fight, displace, and get rid of the demons that have hijacked my country. Please make it run by the angels, make it righteous, make it good, make it peaceful. Thank you so much for people who are helping Ukrainians. God bless them. I would like to ask you to send happiness to all people all over the world right now. Make their lives, fill them with even a little bit of happiness more than they have right now as a Christmas present. A lot of people are sick, a lot of people are in pain, a lot of people are terrified, a lot of people are hungry. Please help everyone in the way that they need help. Send them food to eat, send them shelter, send them confidence, send them work, send them love, send them friends, send them support of their communities, send them good relationships. There are so many people, and every one of us needs a different thing for ourselves. So exactly what each one of us needs. And please make this Christmas present to all of us. Send us a little bit of what will make us happy. Definitely send health to people who are sick. Send them recovery and help all the children in the world who are sick, who need your help. I would like to ask for pregnant women. I keep on asking every single day, and I will keep on doing so. There are many women who are pregnant and trying to make the decision whether to keep their babies or not. I am asking you to reach out to them and talk to them so they make the right choice. I would like to thank you for giving us opportunity to come together and form this community. I am thanking for the opportunity to gain real friends and real relationships through this virtual experience. I am very grateful for the miracles that you have shown to me and to other people along the way. I am so very grateful for you giving us opportunities to pray together. Something I had never done before I started this. But then I've been doing it every day, and I feel more empowered every single day, more and more. So thank you for this, dear God. Please help everyone who's praying with me right now or watching us pray. Answer everyone's prayer and make everyone's wish come true. I would like to ask for a few people who need your help on this day. They are Shirley and Debbie. Shirley needs recovery. Debbie needs your support. Debbie needs strength to go through the hard time. The highwayman needs your help. He needs to hear from you. He needs to get a message to reinforce his faith, and he needs help with his anxiety and depression. Please help Jen Allen with depression as well. May the soul of Trenton Davis rest in peace. Please help Finola, Lisa Kumrian's son and Lisa Kumrian's husband. Please send them recovery and restore happiness in the family, please. Lars Henrik's mother needs help. Yelena, Natasha, Jake, Michael, Oля, Dasha, Sky, Bonnie, Galina, Igor, Karen from Maine with her pains, Janine, Michael Milkowitz, Marlene, Paul Bins, Rudy Kaisley, Richard, Mallory M., Dirk Misler, James Rhodes, Terry, Brittany S., Lars Henrik, Hannah and her children, Richard Burris, Ian, Angelica Life and 2K, Scan's family's grandson, Grace, Barb, Randolph, Nelly, Arkady, Yuri, and everyone in Mykolaiv and in Ukraine who is right now without electricity and heat. They need your help real bad. Harry's family, Brian McManus, Verlinda's niece, Doug, Rafaela From, and Anna, Priscilla, Michelin, King Nero, Gaby Hyman, Donald, Deborah, Jade, Allison, Dave Moyers, Terry Scrugg, Janice Burgess, Maureen M., Mr. Hanson, Heidi, Bob, Tony, Kayleen, Rob, Umel, Jennifer, Matt, Ashley and family, Mr. Dean Spooner and his church called Our Savior Lutheran Church, Barry Reading's sister, Lisa Kumrian. She needs help big time to go through the hard times, and she needs to be the pillar of hope, and she needs strength to show the light for her family. Jacob, Adam Oliver, Treasure, Kyle's wife, Grace Philosophy, Maggie, Carmen's sister, Vladislav and his father Sergey. Sergey needs recovery. Susie Myler, Gina and her husband Wayfarer, EMS paramedic, Liz, Lori Miles' husband, Sherry, Layla, Philip's mom, and a few children that need your help and their families need their help. They are Cadence, Maverick, Sebastian, Coulter, Theo, and Muddy. Also, I'm asking for all the children in Ukraine and in Russia who need your help, who left without parents. Please help. And all children of the world for that matter. Thank you so much, my dear Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. My friends, thank you so very much. It's been a very touching stream. Thank you. Christmas is coming. Again, Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a great holiday with your families. That's the most important thing you have in life. You can trust me on that. I wish that your lives will not be in turmoil ever. You have wonderful and stress-free lives for the rest of time. But you can look at me, and I am the example how family is everything. When hard times come, nothing else matters. So please spend wonderful Christmas holidays with your families, loved ones. Definitely a best time of the year. Merry Christmas, everyone. The usual suspects, patrons, sponsors, wonderful mods. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're absolutely awesome and you rock. And as usual, before I go, Carthago delenda est.